capture entire report has having been read. Mr. Speaker, as I state my conclusion, in conclusion, Mr. Speaker, the committee therefore entreats the Ministry of Finance to uncap the entirely generated funds of the MPRA in order that the authority could.
And now, Okopimo Parliament, Chesenenya Izo, Kushua, hey, Ghana Parliament, party, hey, Missy Enra, Chese, blows, Enya Izo, Abusiafo, minority is among Chekrama government and conduct business, our Parliament. Now, a one someone you be chim, Sal letter that was screen is no. And a confirm to Quanin Naba, who letter that was screen is no. Clerk of Parliament last Sunday, no cho letter comma. The Electoral Commissioner, Jean Mensa, said on conducting election at Kpandai constituency because they are acting on the ruling from the High Court in Tamale. Said Kpandai constituency election 2024 no. Yen nullify the Yokoto Abanfofro. Nabuja for MPP business among change because a member of Parliament Matthew Nyindam or no and a sitting member of Parliament. Oma apply for state of execution. They are the same and I will click. Ocho letter come up. Jean Mensa said on conducting election and who some another pair they bro. Now him. Government expert, another governance expert be a blasting minority na nyasem kita kra. But ubebu sa won say about they say MPP for no omo case they say and the NDC for so omo case and they say and hon some ebrew and pay radio on Nana Jan 20. Share so obe click the subscribe button and we have bell notification icon no na what turn on so that I drop a video and I be the first person to get it video no share nyina no. I'm sure so obe enjoy na into obe like no leave a comment in the comment section for we are obe share na for France anya bi ahye e ho ale go so wo share and na to kwa copy mo Parliament na busia for share no na me the extended version bro e shall say on the floor of Parliament majority leader Mahama Yarga kasa and minority so omo ntwekra say speaker amma clerk no and withdraw that letter or chokoma electoral commissioner omo ma ho kwan e ma conduct business on the floor of Parliament busia for me say atapona ani enyan me say omo nyina kuku Parliament a dining fees you may be so more contocos, so more ye didn't wake up, no we aka a before that enye is a crowd. Video no I say. Me more question full video na fe me ba. Me sa do call back in January 2025. And say who up MPs ni because of Parliament abuja for na enye is a crowd. And there tables ni microphones ni na no. Omo destroy tables ni microphones. Na experts e de omadwen kire aba anapai me de be brew e bi no blasting minority no e bi no hu say as a speaker, no, some minority do too much. Omo case company say, but first off, go and enjoy this 22-minute video and not the NC on Parliament. Send a bear bunya honte as ye ba. Now the akara bremo.
26. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion and doing so present your committees by the report. Mr. Speaker, I urge the Hamza department to capture entire report has having been read. Mr. Speaker, as I state my conclusion, in conclusion, Mr. Speaker, the committee therefore entreats the Ministry of Finance to uncap the entirely generated funds of the MPRA in order that the authority could open regional offices to enhance national coverage, strengthen compliance enforcement across the country, to effectively resolve all pension-related complaints across the country. Mr. Speaker, the National Labour Commission is pivotal in settlement of labor disputes in Ghana, giving it statutory mandate of ensuring compliance with labor laws and standards. Mr. Speaker, to facilitating the settlement. Okay, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, the committee accordingly to commence the House of this report and to approve a sum total of 142,307,063 Ghana cedis for the Ministry of Labour, Jobs and Employment for the discharge of each mandate. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. I respectively Separate. I thank you, Mr. Speaker. You can move Labour Commission. This year. National Labour Commission. So they are here.
Mr. Speaker, I move that this Honorable House adopts the report of the Committee on Employment, Labour Relations and Pensions on the allocations of the sum of 26,648,670 Ghana cedis for the services of the National Labour Commission for the year ending 31st December 2026. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Mr. Speaker, I write to second the motion and doing so present your committee's report. Mr. Speaker, I urge the Hamza Department to capture the entire report as having been read. Mr. Speaker, in this chamber. I so move. There's a clear abuse of majority power in this chamber.
It's captured, it's captured.
There is a clear abuse of
Mr. Speaker, you can put the question on item number 19.
Abuse
Mr. Speaker, you can put the question on item number 19. It has been moved and seconded.
A clear abuse of majority power in this.
The minister, seconded by the chairman. Yes. The minister moved, the chairman seconded and presented. You guys, we will meet you outside.
What's the next item?
Put the question on 8. He wants to do it before.
Okay.
So it means that we have to repeat the 9. So those who should go.
Okay.
Can Labour with this, they shouldn't go far.
Speaker says he has not put the question on 18 yet. So we have to wait for him to put the question on 18.
Honorable members, please resume your seats. Resume your seats. Resume your seats.
Occupy your seats. Occupy your seats. Speaker says we should come out.
Honorable members, motion item 18 has been moved and seconded. Since there is no further consideration, I put the question. Those in favor of the motion, say aye. Those against, say no.
Item number 19.
Honorable members, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted.
No, 19. You have to repeat it. Where's the minister? She come. No, he says that he didn't put the question. Mr. Speaker, we will take motion number 19. Motion number 19 will be moved by the Minister for Employment. Just move it.
Mr. Speaker, I move that this Honorable House adopts the report of the Committee on Employment, on Labor, Jobs and Employment and Pensions on the allocations of the sum of 26,648,670 Ghana cedis for the services of the National Labour Commission for the year ending 31st December 2026. Mr. Speaker, so move.
Where is the chairman? She come back in. Where's the chairman?
Honorable members,
You're the vice chairman. Just come. Just second the motion. Just second the motion.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I rise to second the motion. Thank you.
honorable members, I heard the motion being moved. The one who seconded the motion, I don't know who has seconded the motion. Please, you have not disclosed who you are. Who seconded the motion?
Right, Honorable Speaker, I am the Vice Chairman of the committee, and in seconding the motion, my name. I'm the Vice Chairman of the committee. My name is Isaac Ashai Odampton. In seconding the motion, I present the report and ask the House to approve I ask the Hansard to capture the entire report as though it's been read and call on the House to approve the sum indicated in the report. Thank you.
Honorable members, motion moved and seconded is for the consideration of the House.
Mr. Speaker, you may put the question.
Honorable members, I put the question. Those in favor of motion item 19 on the order paper, say aye. Those against, say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. The motion is accordingly adopted.
Mr. Speaker, if we can take motion number 30. Motion number 30.
Honorable members, motion number 3030.
Mr. Speaker,
Moved by the chairman of the committee.
where's the chairman? Vice chairman. Where's vice chairman of the okay, chairman, okay.
Defense and Interior. Defense and Interior.
No, come here. Just say motion number 30. Read it. Just read the whole thing.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that this honorable House adopt the report of the committee. No, this is Committee on Defense and Interior on the allocation of the sum of 10 million for the services of the Ministry of Defense for the year ending 31st December 2026. I so move.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. I'll rise to second the motion. 30 on the order paper. Mr. Speaker, as I present the report of your committee, Mr. Speaker, the report of the Committee on Defense and Interior on the 2026 annual estimate of the Ministry of Defense. Mr. Speaker, we thank the... Mr. Speaker, I want the report to be captured as it has been duly read. And in conclusion, Mr. Speaker, in view of the above, the committee recommends to the House to adopt its report and approve the sum of 10,772,441,661 Ghana cedis for the implementation of the programs of the Ministry of Defense and its agencies for the 2026 fiscal year. Respectfully submitted, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable members, the motion has been moved. Any seconder?
Mr. Speaker, you may put the question on motion number 30. You may put the question on motion number 30.
Honorable members, those in favor of the motion, say aye. Those against, say no. Honorable members, the motion is carried and the House has accordingly adopted.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let's take motion number 31. Motion number 31. I will move it and then you second. Mr. Speaker, I move that this Honorable House adopts the report of the Committee on Independent Constitutional Bodies on the allocation of the sum of 144,580,479 Ghana cedis for the services of the National Commission for Civic Education for the year ending 31st December 2026. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any second.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion. And in seconding the motion, I present your committee's report and call on Hansard to capture the entire report as though it was read in its entirety. Mr. Speaker, and in seconding, I urge the House to adopt the report and to approve the sum of 144,580,479 cedis to enable the NCCE undertake its functions as stipulated by the Constitution. I so submit, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable members, motion moved and seconded is for the consideration of the House. Honorable members, there be no further consideration. I put the question. Those in favor of the adoption of the motion say aye. Those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. The motion is carried.
Let me just finish.
Please, 23. I'm traveling.
Don't worry, we'll do it right now. We'll do it right now. Mr. Speaker, item number 27. 27, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, item 27 on the order paper. Motion, Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, I am the chairman of the committee. Mr. Speaker, I move that this honorable house adopts the report of the committee on independent constitutional bodies on the allocation of the sum of 12,527,863 Ghana cedis for the services of the National Media Commission for the year ending 31st December 2026. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Motion moved. Any seconder?
Mr. Speaker, I am Isaac Ashai Odamtin, a member of the committee, and I rise to second the motion. Mr. Speaker, in seconding the motion, I call on Hansard to capture the entire report as though it's been read in full. Mr. Speaker, I also call on the House to adopt the report and approve the sum of 12,937,000. Okay, it's wrongly kept. Mr. Speaker, to approve the sum of 12,527,863 cedis for the activities of National Media Commission for the year ended 31st December 2026. I so move. Thank you. I so second.
Motion moved and seconded is for the consideration of the House. Honorable members, honorable members, I put the question. Those in favor of the motion, say aye. Those against, say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. The motion is accordingly adopted.
Mr. Speaker, we will take item number 23. Item number 23.
Honorable members, motion number 23, Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker,
The minister, come and move the motion. Minister, this is the report of the chairman.
No.
The minister will move the motion. 3.
Just close the mic. Get up so that she can.
Mr. Speaker, I pray that this honorable house adopts the report of the Committee on Trade, Industry and Tourism on the allocation of the sum of 844,541,234 for the services of the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry for the year ending 31st December 2026. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Mr. Speaker, as the chair, I rise to second the motion as the chairman of the committee. In doing so, I present the committee's report, and I urge the Hansard department to capture the report in its entirety, as if it was read word to word. Mr. Speaker, I urge the House to adopt this report and approve the sum of 844,541,243 cedis for the Ministry of Trade to carry out its activities for the year 2026 financial year. Thank you so much. I so submit, Mr. Speaker.
Abusafo, afei onya ho ntiase, ntokwa nsa na koye yewu. Afei, mamemfa insert we embrel. Eba ne sen minority for no so mu case ne den. Yenkuni nkote afia member of parliament, honorable Buamanyako Isaac ne Kojo Ponkroma, ono member of parliament for say Yoruba constituency. Omo so mu case ne say. Omo say, omo nipa ma finyindam. Yes, court ruling aba. Sorry. But I apply for stay of execution. Now, stay of execution there. Second, also money carrying who as member of parliament when it is the case is being determined in court. And the DNT and I will collect Ocho letter Jane Mensah's unconducted election Kpandai constituency into a more until select and the American drone or Montias Yeda. You couldn't go to minority and say a bar, they are better majority in some.
We filed those processes at the High Court to stay execution. We applied to Court of Appeal for a review of the decision. We also repeated the application for stay at the High Court. Subsequently, we filed the process at the Supreme Court on other writs of certiorari to quash the decision of the court. And so clearly, everything that has to be done to keep the process going has been filed. How come 2 weeks down the line, even the courts have not initiated the processes to hear the matter? And that for me is worrying, because we all talk about expeditious adjudication of matters, particularly when it comes to petitions of elections. And then importantly, when there's a sitting member of parliament who is supposed to represent the good people of Kpandai. And so in this determination, it means that the Kpandai people are being denied access to a member of parliament to fight for their needs.
There are some who will say that you did the same in the Jachikwesin matter.
But that is why I said that the Jachikwesin matter, we allowed him to go through the full hall of litigation.
So what they are seeking to do is to cool down the temperature and normalize it with a long discussion and then tell us that we can go to court if we don't like it. We need to let people understand that this is a political chamber. And all the tools of the trade are available to us in this political chamber. Now, if injustice is being perpetrated of this nature, we will withdraw cooperation. So what we have done is to withdraw cooperation. And prior to this, we have been cooperating. Every single report that comes, we support. We are working towards appropriation on the 19th. There's no business that we haven't supported. We are minded to support the government business to go on. But now that they have elected to put a spanner in their own works by trying to use instruments of state to snatch this seat from us, we are left with no choice than to suspend cooperation. For as long as Mr. Speaker has been pressurized to renege on his earlier ruling, that ruling sits with precedent. And as long as he's been pressurized, then we are afraid that he's now acquiescing to that pressure. Because what he told our leadership 2 days ago is not what we are seeing flying on social media. And there are efforts now to maneuver and say, let's go by procedure, let's hear from this side. It's unfortunate. But our caucus has been clear that cooperation will be withdrawn until that assurance is given that that letter is not genuine and that the Honorable Matthew Nyindam remains member of parliament for Kpandai.
And it is something that is very shameful to the majority side, that you need to pass your motions, you need to pass your budget, that we have security personnel who are in the chamber guiding and safeguarding the speaker before such things have been passed. There is no single business that has happened today, because the parliamentary proceeding, you have been covering parliamentary proceedings. Have you ever seen that they have...
In terms of MPP MPs minority for no, and I will tell Monka and the floor of parliament and Ra, Nanyasam Kitakra. Now, it is a Fuseni or a former member of parliament for Tamale Central constituency. Also, share minority no casting Yachamo. And Tokwara Moko parliament, Manuba Mohosuna, you see a shade to work with election. Etino, in the end, more achieve am ready the ejuma. Emra. Enti sa ode also be kukukuku na obey gidigidi our parliament when people also no na yisi a shed date ya okwa election no.
Thank you for having me. I have listened to my colleague on the other side, and I think that the approach they have adopted appears to me to be extrajudicial, extra legal, mostly founded in parliamentary practice.
Why is that extrajudicial, extra legal?
The matter is a matter that resulted from a decision of the High Court Tamale, annulling the results of some polling stations in the Kpandai constituency and ordering a rerun of the election. Now, when that order is given, statutorily, that order has 7 days, within which able to read Article 1125 carefully. You have 7 days within which you can act on that order. Within that 7 days, if you file a motion for stay of execution, you either serve the notice on the clerk of parliament, or you go to court to pray on the court to abridge time for you to move your motion for stay of execution because of the consequences of that could follow from such a ruling. Now, when you serve the motion on the speaker, the clerk of parliament, the clerk of parliament would have to respect the court process and so would not activate Article 1125 of the Constitution. Now, in this case, I am not quite sure whether the clerk of parliament has been served with a motion, because the clerk of parliament risks disobeying or the proceedings of a court if it acted in contravention of the established rule that says that, look, if a process of court is served on you, you must restrain any further action until the matter is disposed of. Now, be it as it may, the clerk of parliament, acting on Article 1125, has written to the Electoral Commission, notifying the Electoral Commission of the presence of a vacancy in parliament. Time begins to run if the Electoral Commission receives the letter. So if you say you are withdrawing cooperation and you are doing nothing to arrest the letter, you might end up having the Electoral Commission conducting a by-election.
But they are already in court with an application of certiorari at the Supreme Court. They are also appealing.
The application for certiorari does not operate to stop the operation of that order. That's what you must understand. The appeal against the decision of the High Court does not operate as a stay of execution. It's strike law. It's strike law. So you need to take steps, concrete, perceptible steps, to ensure that you stay the judgment and its effects until the final determination of the matter.
Okay, Honorable Minister Fuseni, sorry, forgive me, but
for Minister Fuseni, and I'm not in Kano. I feel they will come back in January this year during the vetting of Okujeto Ablakwa. Okay, that night, and to quite see your parliament in the Yasan Kitwa. Me say tables and the microphones in Yinano, almost saying, and to quite in Aquafire by no. January 2025, I think 30th January or so, me share and kai date no. Me want to share video no. Me share video no. Me ma share video no. We have me ba. Me the governance expert. On what channel ma dianfa. And niema akwaso our parliament in the year 2025. Ebi no who say, as a minority no speakers so much too much. Ebi who say the omoye no. E the simi bata parliament. E the first of kwa video ya e see parliament and to kwa tables na at upon my colleague. Kokwa Sante, no running commentary. Almost say tables, no microphones on the floor of Parliament. January 2025.
We shall do it. It's not happening. As Minister was told, it's not happening.
Committee in terms of what exactly they have to do, and there's absolutely no agreement. This is chaotic. This is chaos. The MPs at each other's throat. They say that this will not happen. The vetting process, they will not allow this. to happen, and they push and pull. The police have been beefed up. There's a lot of policemen now in the building where they're trying to sort out the situation and calm things, but it's chaotic. It's really chaotic with all the things that are happening here. Well, it's chaos. The table have been turned. It's chaos. It's chaos. It's chaos.
Abujafo, oh Parliament AC January 2025. That you say, sa Parliament we and tokwa de omo fa kwa. Afei, yemfa governance expert no omadwen kire ML. Eye Dr. Jonathan Ochre Asante. Ose hwe. Sa show of machoism, aggression, radicalism. Me na me ho de me kontokwa Parliament no. Dr. Jonathan say enya de beboa. No speaker no bibia chese ahyase no o ye na adwen say because minority numbers ni no obe cooperate say they are more comfortable in parliament, but it's about time also okika because I say minority ni ya fan so who ni say minority ni ko ebu ono speaker no animtia abusiafo nya asem kwota ko say the minority ni ye disrespectful and embarrassing and the speaker engeka no ho.
I think that the speaker, as he rightly pointed out in the beginning of the 9th Parliament, he assured all Ghanaians that he was going to protect the micro minority. And I presume that is the more reason why he's been more or less tampering, justice with some kind of mercy. And it is becoming one too many. We seem to have a kind of minority that of the view that unless it is through some kind of Rowdyism, their voices or their views will not be heard. It's as if it is not enough when they dialogue or put across superior argument, and the only means by which they can achieve the result that in their view should be or come in their way. This is the only means by which they can do that. And I think that it is about time the speaker changed his mind and ensure that he cracked the whips, because as part of the sanctions, some kind of financial sanctions could be meted out to those that could be considered as the perpetrators. And to crown it all, I think is an embarrassment of the kind of leadership that we are seeing in the minority today. It's just quite unfortunate.
Let's see. Now, while he's doing the job of a speaker, that's what he said. You see it as protection, but then again, you heard the minority MPs. This is a tool that's available to them, they say, to drum home their message to the same speaker that you're saying is protecting them.
I think that they have taken this protection to a different level, to the point that they have become disrespectful of the speaker. How many times did he have to stand up in order to catch the eye, of both sides especially, and especially so the minority? And so I believe that this probably father for all mentality will have to stop somewhere. But, Alfred, what I see in the minority's behavior is nothing else but a fear of the potential loss of Kpandai seat. It's not about the legal incumbrances. It is about the fact that the minority currently is unattractive. And if you look at the performance of the central government, so to speak, then it points out to me that they stand at a crossroads and potentially they could lose that particular seat, should they even go for the rerun. And that is the more reason why I believe that they are going on that particular tangent, thinking that that could be the best way of solving this particular problem. It is not as though they are ready for it. Apart from that, that also means that they are likely to get some reduction in numbers. And that could equally affect their position. So some of us felt that, look, this belligerent position of the minority, spearheaded by the minority leader, today I didn't really see him. I was told that he was there and then he left. But I thought that having seen the minority misbehaving or misconducting themselves in that manner, he ought to have come back wherever he had gone to. But he chose not to return at all. So who was leading the pack of minority? It is just unfortunate. And so I'm of the view that apart from those things that I've said, the father for all mentality cannot work to a large extent the speaker will have to crack the whip one way or the other. Other than that, the ninth parliament, that you have a huge majority against, a micro minority. This feature of vandalism, this feature of rowdyism, of this belligerent posturing of the minority will characterize this particular parliament. That ought not to be the case. Even when in the parliament where we had the hang parliament, it was not as bad as it is.
Okay.
Because this time around, it's surprising that you have the minority that do not have the numbers, rather trying to torpedo that of the majority.
Well, stay with me.
Well, Abusafo, Ghana Parliament, any summer ACC and no, any dimunchemu kakra abro. Me sure say we enjoy. Leave you comment in the comment section. I feel we are best for France Anyabi. Ashwe, we did this Stephen Zamdo. And Dr. Sambokojo Janto, I'm betting on this particular issue. Okokwa no subscribe, man, and wako. Now we are watching for France Anyabi. Ashwe, Makramo.